Hey, it's Poopy. Time to answer another Storyworth question. This week, the question was tell about a time that I got in trouble at work. Here's the thing I always have been, some people say an instigator, I say a visionary. I come up with great ideas and then I get others to execute them. That being said, I haven't really gotten in trouble at work, but here are a few times when I was messing around. So when I was 15, I got a job in the summertime, full time, 40 hours a week in the summertime, and then in the spring, I would work after school and on Saturdays, and in the fall, same thing. I worked in an apartment complex, and one of my jobs was to cut the grass, and well, we had to pick up weeds, pull weeds, pick up cigarette butts, which I wasn't a fan of since I didn't smoke. I had to do maintenance, had to learn how to do like maintenance, fix people's stoves, fix their locks if they had trouble, just general easy stuff. And that was like my first real job. And we messed around quite a bit. I remember one time we were supposed to be picking weeds, and this guy was picking weeds, and my cousin Mike and I thought it would be a great idea. Or maybe I thought it would be a great idea and he helped execute it. We went up on the roof of a third-story building. There were 4 3-story units there, and we filled up a garbage bag, like a giant, big black industrial-sized garbage bag with water, and we hung it over the edge, and we were trying to, we were going to drop it on him. We finally got it in location, and this guy Mark was down pulling weeds and minding his own business, and we dropped it, and it missed him by maybe 2 feet. He still got drenched and everything, but that thing hit the ground so hard that I'm pretty glad that he didn't get hit, because we might have been arrested for murder. It really hit the ground hard. So he complained a little bit and whatever, but we were always pulling pranks on each other. Another time, we had this vacant lot next to the apartments, and it had like big hills, not big hills, but dirt piles and holes, and it was they had dug the ground out over there to build some buildings around there, and it was maybe size of a city lot, two city lots deep and a city lot wide. And Doris, our manager, would have us throw our lawn clippings over there. So I thought it'd be a great idea. We decided we were going to see if we could ride the lawn tractor up the big hills. And the hill was maybe 8 feet tall, big mound of dirt. And I went charging. I got a full head of steam, went up the hill, felt like I was up 100 miles, got up maybe halfway, a little bit less than halfway, and the whole tractor fell over, flipped over on me. I had to push it out of the way, and it did a couple of rolls. It did land out on its wheels. I burnt my arm a little bit on the exhaust, and the hood of the thing was smashed down, and there was it would still run. We were able to start it and drive it back to the clubhouse, to the office, to the clubhouse, but it was all dented up, and I thought for sure that was the end of my career at the apartments. Doris saw it, and she was like apologizing. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Because I guess we really shouldn't have been driving over there and dumping. She never asked what the heck we were doing, but she gave me a couple of days off paid to recover, and it was just us messing around. So those were a couple times I didn't get in trouble, but a couple of times probably I should have. And the last thing that I want to tell you is I was just following directions this time. So Doris's husband, his name was Dick, and in the back building, behind the last building, there were woods for That's probably a quarter of a mile deep of woods. And the entrance was on the woods side of the building. And somebody had said that there were some bees in the ground. So he sent me back there to see what was going on. I came back. I was like, yeah, there's bees in the ground. We need to call the exterminator. He's like, you're a wuss. Go back there and burn them out. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, dump some kerosene in there and burn them out. So I was like, we don't have any kerosene. He said, well, quit being such a baby. Get some gasoline and take it back there. I'm like, no way, dude. It is August. It is dry out. It is still. That's a disaster waiting to happen. So he called me 100 names and took this gas can and headed back to the back building. I followed him. I got back there. So, you're such a wuss, you're such a baby, blah, blah, blah. And he starts dumping this 2-gallon gas can. He dumped maybe a half a gallon into the hole. Well, I backed up probably 40 or 50 feet. He lit his lighter and the whole yard went up, right? All the fumes were in the air, had ignited in a big ball of flames, and he must have spilled some gas on himself, and he was kind of on fire. His arm was on fire. So I ran over and I put him out, and I'm like, man, I told you, blah, blah, blah. And we look over, and the gas can, with about 1.5 gallons of gas, is on fire. There's like flames coming out the spout. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Because, as far as I know, every time you crash your car on TV, it explodes. Every time there's gasoline and fire, it explodes. I'm like, dude, that's gonna explode. And Dick, he's probably my age right now, so he was probably in his late 50s, maybe mid 60s. He's like, yeah, just flip it over, it'll put itself out. I'm like, no way, dude. You blah blah blah, goes over and he kicks it, and it starts tumbling across the yard, and it's throwing gasoline and flames out. And it went probably 20 or 30 feet of the yard, 3 or 4 feet wide, is now on fire. And the gas can is still sitting straight up and down. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, well, I think most of the gas is out. Just flip it over. Trust me, trust me, trust me. So I was like, man, I was worried we were going to burn the place down or have an explosion and hurt somebody. So I went over and I flipped it over, and it did put itself out. But, we went back up to the clubhouse, and his hair is singed, his eyebrows are singed, his arm hair, he got burned a little bit. Doris is like, what the heck? I'm pointing at Dick, and she gave him an earful, so he got in trouble at work that day. He didn't even work there. He was just, I guess he was probably older than I am now. He was retired, and he was just there to help out. So he got yelled at. She apologized to me and asked if I was okay. And, I worked there like 2 more years in the summers and stuff, and the grass, it never did grow back right. I had gone there, had friends who lived there, maybe the 3rd year after, and it was finally all better. So, yeah, those are 3 times that I was messing around at work. I didn't get in trouble, but I probably should have a couple of those times. And that last time, hey, sometimes the young guys aren't the dumb ones.